stimmy. Give me the stimmy, I'll flip it and make it a million. Give me the stimmy, I need it, hundreds and fifties. East of the six, pull up and sound like it hit me.
What's up?
What's good, Angel?
Killing it, bro. Like, I had never seen you perform live. That shit was insane. Like,
Thank you, bro.
You killed that shit, bro.
Thank you, bro. I put my all into every single show, bro. Like, for me, it's like the stage. It's not for me to get on and try to like look cool or try to be something I'm not, bro. That shit's my therapy. I get on there and I just get it off, bro. Get off my chest, you know? That's the thing about my music too, bro. I don't like make music to try to be cool. I don't make music to try to get famous or clout. That shit's my therapy, bro. It's like, that's my story, you know?
The alter ego, or when you put on the red mask or whatever. What do you call that? Like,
my alter ego is Rage.
Rage.
With 3 A's. Like, it seems like some new shit I just came up with. But the name Rage is actually the very first name that I chose for myself as an artist. I changed it like twice up until I became Mike Lavish. I've always been Mike Lavish, but that's what I changed, you know. Cliche. I was all heartbroken in my feelings about some shit and about like a relationship that was no more. And so the way I started actually realizing that I could make music is I would be always writing long ass poems. And one day on LimeWire, shout out LimeWire, bro, got all my favorite music off that shit. I would always like skip the instrumental because there's always the song and then the instrumental, right? I never like clicked the instrumental or knew what it was. It was actually annoying to me all the time because I was like, bro, like, what's the point of having a fucking song with no lyrics? And then one time I took an Eminem song that was an instrumental and I recited my poem to it and I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking rapping. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, this is how you make music? This is easy. And that's where I started and I call myself Rage.
Sometimes you just don't know until you try it. And it's hard because like people are just going to judge you. Who wants to listen to my music?
Yeah,
or
bro.
my art, your art form or whatever. But you just put yourself out there. You never know what you're going to find, especially if you're already doing something. Because everybody's creative. That's something I came to realize. Like, there's so many people that could be doing stuff, but they don't even put themselves out there, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, bro. I was super shy to like, show people my music in the beginning. I just was like, man, fools are going to judge me for being in my fields or whatever, you know? But I eventually, when I would show people my music in high school, because I started recording with Audacity. You know, it's a very simple recording program.
Yeah, it's free, no?
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
You just download it. If anybody needs a free program to start making music with, Audacity, bro, trust.
Yeah, Audacity's dope because you could use you could do like editing, like mixing your vocals and all that stuff. And
you can't really. I don't know if you can put like crazy plugins, or maybe I just didn't know back then. But yeah, it was really helpful. And so, you know, I would put the instrumental in there, and then I would record. I had like a headphone mic, like a gamer mic. It was like the first thing I was using. It was like an Xbox Live microphone, and I would record those songs, and then I would put them on my MP3 player, you know, and I would like have those shits, and then sometimes I would like have the balls to be like, hey, check out my song, like in class, and people would like listen to it. I'd be right there, they'd be in their desk next to me, I'd be like, fuck, bro, these fools are gonna hate my shit. All nervous, and then they take off the headphones and I'm like, oh god, and it's like, this shit's tight, this is you, and I'm like, oh shit, I could do this. You know what I mean? So it's been a crazy fucking ride up to this point, bro.
So your music's like a little bit like has like a rock feel to it.
Yeah, bro. I'm
like
glad
punk,
that
rock, like it's sick, bro.
I'm glad that you say that because it's taken a long time for me to like really master my sound. Like I've always had this idea in my head about how I wanted to sound like, and finally I've like made it come to fruition, you know? So yeah, the rock influence, bro, is heavy. Like my number one favorite band is Nirvana.
Okay.
You know, shout out to all of them guys, man. I fucking love Nirvana. Rest in peace to Kurt, bro. Fucking legend. Guns N' Roses, another big influence, big inspiration. Actually know one of the drummers from Guns N' Roses. Shout out Matt Sorum. It's my fucking boy. Then I could just go down a list of just all types of other rock influence, dude. Like Jimi Hendrix, The Doors, Tame Impala's sick. Like I just love all types of vibes, you know. But then like I also mix it in with shit like as far as where I'm inspired, and like music I listened to growing up and shit. Kid Cudi, huge influence, bro. Like that's where I get my like introverted, like I want to like just say how I feel, and like, you know, like I go through depression and shit. You know, I've been there. I've been down to the deepest depths of hell with all that shit, you know? And so I want to just inspire kids to feel not alone, to like feel like there's something they can relate to, you know? I don't want to just make music where it's like braggadocio and just like, I'm so cool, look at what I have that you don't have. Like, I want to make music that people can relate to, you know?
Yeah, your real life struggles, and that's where people resonate with. If you actually put your truth, you know, that's who I am, this is what I'm singing about. Like, it could be you writing a song that helps you deal with what you're currently dealing with, a breakup or like somebody or something about your job or your career or whatever.
Exactly.
Put that out there in an art form, and then people listen to like the lyrics or the song, they'll be like, oh shit, I felt that one. Like when they're like, oh shit, I felt that fucking. Have people ever told you guys like, oh, I felt that piece, like when you, a song or a verse or something?
Definitely, all the time, man. You
said you said a lot of people comment like, be like, oh, I was listening to your song and I was crying.
You know, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, there was this girl that I knew, and we weren't really, like, ever close like that. Like, I don't know the reason for it. Just, like, you know, some people just, you know, aren't you not close with. So, but I haven't seen her in, like, years. And then I ended up seeing her one time at, like, the pub. And she had, like, came up to me and was just like, bro, like, you don't understand, like you really, like, saved my life. Like, I went through a breakup and he just ghosted me. I was with him for like, I don't know, I think she said like 8 years or something.
That's
like
pussy
that.
Shit.
Like, what? Because he ghosted her?
Yeah, ghosting.
Anyways, but yeah, like, and there's been other times too. I think I shared it in the last podcast. Where I remember that girl, and I was with Tori, and like,
I remember.
Yeah, she like, so this girl, like, we were like just gonna go around like the block and just like smoke and shit, and like she had came in, like her sister, her younger sister, like we picked her up, and she was like hella quiet, and then out of nowhere, like she was crying, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you okay? And she was like, I'm such a huge fan, like, you don't understand, like, you helped me through so much. And I was like, wow, like, girl, you know, I was just like, I don't know, it just feels surreal, you know.
Jaelyn's just out here saving lives and
Not
helping people through their horrible relationships.
Nah, but honestly though, like, but I didn't know if he was gonna bring it up. So
yeah, just go for it. No.
All I was gonna say was like, nah, this kid's album, like, iconic. Like,
thank you, bro.
My shit has for sure saved people's lives, but like, when it comes to like down to relationships, you know. But like his album that he has coming up, like, this is like real life, like what people deal with on their own when they don't know how to explain themselves to people, you know, like the shit that you really feel inside that.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
Yeah, so my shit's nothing compared to like his shit, for real.
I don't know, bro. Your shit's special. You know, I feel like we got something special in our own
way.
Bro,
this is your podcast.
No, but I'm just saying, bro.
So what's this album about? When's this album dropping? What's how many songs? What's like the turnout for this?
So I don't have a set date yet. I just know I want to drop it this year. You know, I just never wanted to rush it. So I've just been taking my time, and the album is like I think it's like 13 or 14 songs. And so I was gonna drop the album first. I was just gonna just drop the album, and I was gonna, you know, promote it. But then I was like, I feel like I don't have like a big enough fan base to just drop an album on y'all. You know what I mean? I want it to be really appreciated. I want it to get plays. Like, I want people to just love it, you know? So I figured, all right, I came up with this idea. I'm gonna make an EP that's building up to the album.
Okay.
So the album is called Hell's Canyon. The EP is called Road to Hell's Canyon.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like Travis Scott with the Days Before Rodeo.
Bro, I'm not going to lie, bro. That was the exact inspiration. I'm not going to lie.
You have to do that because even big artists today, like they just don't drop unless it's like Drake or they drop an album out of nowhere. But you have to make promotions. You have to have some kind of marketing behind it.
Yeah,
and that's almost. I don't know. I'm not an artist, but I just the way I look at it with like social media, and you have to promote because no one's gonna find your shit. Like
yeah, you're a visual artist.
Organic matters.
Yeah,
because that's still happening, but you just have to put yourself in front of people and making some kind of EP leading up to it, meaning promos, music videos, pictures, going out to shows and killing it where people are like, oh, fuck, let me follow your music. And then you tell them about the project coming out. Like, you got to do as much as you can just at bats.
Exactly, bro. And what's crazy is, like, I've been formulating this shit for years. Like, this album has been years in the making. And at first, it started with, like, a couple songs that had a similar vibe. And I was like, oh, shit, like, I want to turn this into an album. Like, I hear, like, an album coming out of this, you know what I mean? And so, like, as I would make music, I would make all these songs, and then, like, I would make one that I'm like, oh, shit, this is, like, album. This is album. Psh, goes into the album pile. Other songs go into just drafts that don't get finished. Other songs go into, like, the single playlist, like, for singles. And my whole vision for this, it's, like, it's crazy, bro. This is, like, unlike anything I've ever heard. So, it's, imagine an album directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh shit.
So this shit's actually a fucking movie. So I'm even putting like cinematic sounds into it. Like, it has a whole intro where if you close your eyes, you can envision what's going on. There's like crickets, there's like, you can hear like fire burning.
So you're gonna be doing like sound effects, like crickets and whooshes and the wind and the water.
There's like coyotes howling in the distance, bro. There's demons screeching like in the background and some shit's like, there's a lot of car sounds because I love cars. So like, it's just part of it, you know what I mean? And so it's like a cinematic masterpiece, in my opinion, as an album, So like, I just wanted to do something like, just... What
about like music video? You have music videos like Quentin Tarantino style just for all of them? You think...
I'm going to do some music videos for them. My vision since day one has been, I want to do a whole short film with all the music.
Okay.
I want to act it. I want to be the main actor and just act out like... I'm going to, I have to write the story plot and everything and how it's all going to play out, and like, it's not going to be like where I'm like performing every song through it. It's going to be like more like the music
is part of the storytelling, the visual storytelling.
Exactly. It'll be just like how music is in a real movie. It'll just like kind of like supplement it. Even if it's like the instrumental, like what song it is or some shit.
Well, you're attaching visuals because people... There are also like people that listen, but there's people that just only watch videos. Mm-hmm. So you'll get people from like YouTube or Instagram. They'll see the video, be like, "Oh shit, who's this artist? Let me go check out the music," and then they start streaming.
Yeah. I also feel like there's some people that don't like a song, and then they end up seeing a music video, and then they actually end up liking the song because of the music video. So
yeah,
it's part of the promotion. You have to.
Yeah,
people like music videos because it's a lot of times it's cool visuals or you have like transitions and then the song like just feels better when you're watching someone like perform it in the music video, so they relate to that. Because sometimes you listen to a song and you're like, okay, I don't even know what the artist looks like, I'm just listening to a song, but you see them in the video, you're like, oh shit, that's what they look like. Oh damn, that's sick. Oh, that's sick. Let me go stream their music or follow them. You have to kind of just keep putting visuals to it, just part of it, especially up and coming. You have to keep going.
Yeah, bro, for real. And I'm just really excited to like bring this vision into reality, because this is this movie in my head that I keep watching that I'm slowly pulling into this reality and creating, and like I said, I've had this idea for years and it's finally coming to fruition. And I've listened to a lot of albums, bro, and like a lot of big artists, smaller artists, and excuse me, I'm sipping on that fucking sparkling. And so like I haven't really seen anybody do anything like that. So I'm excited to put it out, and like
the only one I've seen, but it's Kanye when he did like he did a Runaway movie.
Yes,
and that was like 10, 12 years ago.
That was actually like what made me want to do the short film, you know. But as far as like the cinematic type of thing being in the actual album itself, like I haven't really heard anybody do that. I was actually impressed. There's a local artist named Amadeus. He did some kind of something similar to that. You know, he kind of had like these skits in between his songs and his album. I was like, oh, this is fucking sick. Like, I fuck with that vision, you know. Shout out to Amadeus.
Yeah, Amadeus goes hard, bro.
Yeah, he's fucking hard.
He drops like music video, all these creative ones that he did with claymation. That shit blew my
that
mind,
shit
bro.
was hard. I told him, I was like, bro, that shit's gonna go crazy. Like, you're on a whole nother level with that shit, bro.
That's insane, bro.
Fuck
Like,
with that.
I can't even imagine how long it takes. So when you do a claymation, every 1 second, it's 24 pictures. So 24 times they gotta move the fucking little things around.
Yeah,
move it around, take a picture. Move it around, take a picture.
I can't imagine how long that shit takes.
I don't know. I've never done it, but I know how it's made, and I can't even imagine months probably.
Shout out to the people that do that. Y'all have fucking patience. Yo.
Those foods like the Frankenweenie and all those movies that they made.
Yo, Chicken Run, bro.
Chicken Run, bro.
That shit must have taken like 20 years. I love that movie.
Chicken Run's a great movie.
Goated movie, bro.
I almost forgot about that movie.
For real. That's my childhood. No, but as far as like how I'm doing the EP and the album, it's like a really unique thing. So like it's like I said, it feels like a whole movie, right? So imagine like the Road to Hell's Canyon's like the pilot episode of a whole series.
Except it's a
movie, you know? And so it actually, I'm gonna say this right now and everyone's gonna start copying and biting this shit, so I'm just gonna say I fucking see y'all. But like it flows, the EP is gonna flow perfectly into the album. So once the EP is gonna drop and then the album's gonna drop, and then I'm gonna be like, throw the EP in a playlist before the album, and it's one big fucking album.
Okay.
It's gonna flow perfectly. Like sound effects and everything is gonna be seamless.
Kind of like a trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd was the inspiration between having the transitions be like seamless. Not
perfect.
every song, but between the projects, you know. And I'm still working on like those like cinematic touches for the album and the EP, because most of the music's done. I have 3 more songs to write for the album. The EP is completely recorded and written. And
what's like the theme of the album like?
So okay, yeah, let me explain what Hell's Canyon is. So to me, Hell's Canyon is the hell that I've gone through in my life. All of the fuck shit I've gone through, the deepest, darkest points of depression, the rage, like the anger I've had, and it's like a fiery, horrible fucking place that you never want to go, but everyone's been to at some point in their life. That's like the metaphor for it. But Hell's Canyon is actually a real place that I used to live next to. It's in Idaho. I used to live in Idaho for like 3 years out of my life.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
know, I'm from California, but at 3 years out of my life, we lived in Idaho. My family moved away, and it's actually a very beautiful place. So I don't want people, people in Idaho probably hear my album because they fucking hate Californians and they're gonna shit on me. Whatever.
Like the 12 people that live in Idaho, or what?
Yeah, bro. But Hell's Canyon in reality is a very beautiful place, and I'm gonna showcase that. In fact, I'll probably fly out there and do some music videos in the real Hell's Canyon, because my grandparents live up there. Shout out to my grandparents. They're fucking amazing videographers too. So
your grandparents?
Yeah.
They make videos?
They make videos.
That's
they don't
sick.
do like music videos,
No,
but
yeah.
they do like commercial stuff for like businesses, corporates.
That's
like,
sick, bro.
They got the drones, bro.
Oh, so you got all the like creativeness like from the bloodline, no?
From
Are
my
your
bloodline.
parents creative too?
Yeah, bro. My mom, she's really, really creative. Like, she's really talented at drawing. She's amazing at like it's where she's
House
decorating. She's where I get my fashion sense from. Like, when I was like a little kid, bro, I didn't wear kids' clothes. I looked like a little man, bro. I had like racing jackets, denim jackets with like blue jeans and Converse. Like, I was dripped out. And then my grandma, she's like musically talented. She can play piano really well. She's great at photography. She has an eye for photography. My other grandfather has an eye for photography. My great grandfather, Charles Marlowe Shaw, he was a great artist, like painter types, different multi-medium painter. Very talented in that sense. I feel like I get my analytical thinking from his side of the family, because he was like how back in the day, like back in the 40s and 50s, there were things called world fairs, where basically it was like kind of like a big trade show for the world, and people would go there and showcase like new inventions and new ideas.
Well, they still have those today in Vegas. They do like they're more for trade. So
yeah,
you'll have like the newest gadgets of 2022, like a financial conference. They have crypto conferences now in like Miami.
And so my great grandfather actually would build and design those world fairs. He would be the leader of the architecture for a lot of those globally. So let's see, my uncle Chris, he's a great drummer. My uncle Matt, he's a harmonica player and a great blues singer. My dad, I get a lot from my dad. He's like he's like a hard worker. Like, he's creative in his own way, you know what I mean? So I get a lot of cool stuff from my dad's side. I'm trying to think. I don't want to leave nobody out.
You start doing sorry to cut you off, but
you're good.
The photography, because you have a photography page now too, and
yeah.
So how do you do those effects, bro? Like those like cool 3D fucking.
The 3D effects.
Is that like a special camera, or is that like
a special camera? So I have a camera. Basically, I should have brought it, but basically the camera will have 3 lenses, 1, 2, 3, and it's film 35 millimeter. And so when you take a picture, it takes a picture with those 3 lenses at the same time, but they're all at slightly different angles. And so when you edit them together, it creates that wiggle GIF effect.
But it's actual film?
It's actual film.
Do you have to like develop it, or do you like...
Yeah, I have to get it developed.
That's
and
crazy,
I get
bro.
all my film developed by this guy named Tezka Andres. Shout out to Chacopa Film Lab. Shout out Chacopa Film Lab, bro. He does great work. And if you ever need any film developed, look up Chacopa Film Lab on Instagram, or Tezka, Tezca. He does it. He's great.
Right.
Sometimes he gives me a 24-hour turnaround, man. Actually,
that's badass, bro. Because I seen it. Because I know I've gotten ads from like different apps that supposedly you could do the 3D effect, but I didn't know you were doing that shit with like a film camera. But that's like takes real. It to a whole different level. How much? Yeah. Well, don't say how much you charge.
Yeah.
But
it's like my bread and butter. Yeah, I can't give it away.
Do you do that for other people, or you just do it for like your own?
I do it for like all my friends for fun and shit, but you can book me to do that. Like, I did some sick shit for Amadeus.
I saw that, bro. That's just insane.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, he booked me to shoot at a show he did, and I took
Shout out to Blue Sun.
Yeah, shout out to Blue Sun. Blue Sun, the band out here, local band. They threw on a show at this dope ranch thing in Coachella.
Gons isn't part of it, no?
No.
That's not him.
And so they had Amadeus opening, and like that was my first time ever like discovering that band, and I was like, what the fuck? This is sick. Fire. Y'all are killing it. Like, next up for sure. Shout out Blue Sun and Amadeus. But yeah, so I do it for fun, you know, and like it's kind of like my side thing that I do, and like I have so many things that I enjoy doing besides music. Music's my number one, but I would say in order, it would be like music, fashion, like photography, and then like, you know, like producing, mixing, and mastering. I also really enjoy cars. You know, I have a 94 BMW E36, my little German drift slut. So I like to go drifting, you know. I'll be a hot boy in the streets trying to street race with my little fucking slow car and shit, you know. I haven't boosted it or nothing, so it's stock, but we're getting there.
Do you have any other cameras that you shoot with, or just that one? You just do that.
I have
the film.
I have the film 3D camera. I have a Canon film camera, which is like borderline right. It's like, it looks like the Canon DSLRs. Yeah. But it's actually film. And what's cool about it is it actually takes the new lenses.
Oh, so you could...
Yeah. So I can put on all the new lenses that go for those Canons onto this, but still get the film aesthetic. And that's my number one. My great-grandfather passed that camera down to me, so that's like really special to me. And then I also have a digital camera. I prefer to shoot film though because it's just like more fun to me.
Yeah,
I like
cooler.
I enjoy supporting the homie in his film developing business because he's so passionate about it. Tezca.
Wait, how does that work though? Because you have, so you shoot the 3D ones.
Yeah.
You develop them, but how do you get them on like social media? How do you get them to your phone?
Okay, so check it out. So the way Tezca does it is he does a really high quality digital scan of them.
Okay.
And he sends me those, and then we put them onto. That's how I'm always have a digital file of it. Like I think he's working on being able to do prints, but I haven't gotten any prints of my shit yet. So it's all digital, and it's cool because you can zoom in and you can see the high quality of the grain. Like that's the reason why I started shooting film is because I would always shoot on digital camera and I would edit it to look all grainy and vintage. Like Jaelyn knows because
those filter effects and shit. It's not the same though.
I mean, honestly, because of Jaelyn, like I've gotten so much experience in because I've shot her so many times. Like she's probably my number one person that I've shot.
Yeah, that's like my aesthetic. Like I love like vintage, like just old classic shit. Like anything classic, that's my shit. Like that's my aesthetic. Like I don't know, like there's a time and a feeling that you get, you know?
Yeah, it just feels so nostalgic.
If it looks better, because we all grew up watching film. Like all the movies were made on film. Like digital is just like from the 2000s, you know? Yeah. Before it was any movie, TV show, it was all film. Yeah. Pictures, it was all film, like throughout history, you know? Just this digital is like recent. Digital makes it easier, just like press record, delete, fucking. Over here with the film camera, you actually have to be selective of what you shoot. You have to make sure you got your shot right because you can't go back.
Exactly. I mean, like the true videographers and directors, they still shoot new movies on actual film. Like I know Tarantino still does that. Yeah,
Christopher Nolan shoots film. Christopher Nolan, do you fuck with his movies?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan's the GOAT. I love that fool. He shoots everything with like a prime lens. Yeah. He doesn't believe in a zoom in lens. He's like, nah, like you gotta walk your fucking camera and set it up for the next shot, you know? And him is all about practical effects too. He does some CGI where you have to, but him is like practical, like none of that like fake shit.
I was gonna say that. I was actually just telling a friend, like most of my favorite movies are like classic movies, because I just feel like in the new movies that we see these days, it's just like the lack of effort, you know, to make something great is like not there no more. And it's because of like the advanced technology that we have and things like that. And it's great, you know, like depending on what I guess like the context of the movie is, right? But like I don't know, when you see like The Godfather, when you see like movies, you know, there's so much detail, there's so much like just little shit. And I just told someone today too that like what's great about those movies is that like they try their best to make those movies seem as natural as possible, as if like they were happening in real life. Like what would happen in real life, you know, like oh, there would be 5 people walking behind, like you know what I mean, like just like the intentions of it all. And I feel like when Mike was saying like with film, it's like, or like when you're saying like you gotta really, you know, once you click it, it's like that's it. You can't go back and you can't, you know, you
can't
only have
delete and erase it.
you know,
and you waste a lot of money buying more film if you mess it up.
Exactly, but I think that's what trains you to be great at it. You know, I feel like it's almost like a great singer. Almost, it's like, you know, with all the plugins that we got and everything that we can to do to make your voice sound as crispy as possible, like it, you know, like how does that person really sound when they don't got that? You know what I mean?
And like the auto tune and all the effects that they add to their music.
Exactly.
And when they perform live, you
then you
find
the true them.
yeah, exactly. But I say that to just like say, you know, like with a camera like that, you know, you can't go back. Like that shit really does train you to be great at it. You know, I mean, like you can't make up for it. You know, so yeah, that's why I love it.
Picking all your shots. What's like some of you guys' favorite movies of all time that like inspire you, or just like shit that you guys like to watch?
Fucking Dark Knight, bro.
The best Batman Christopher Nolan
movie ever, bro. Shout out to Heath Ledger, bro. I wish you were still here, bro. My favorite Joker ever.
Yeah, that fool killed it. That performance was just like you used to watch The Dark Knight today, and it's the best comic book movie of all time. That's not even a question.
Somebody told me before I watched the new Batman, they were like, "Yo, that shit's like right up there with The Dark Knight." I was like, "Dog, chill, bro. Sit down." And then I watched the new Batman. Bro, it's fucking right there, bro. It's a cinematic masterpiece, bro. They filmed that movie so real. I fucking thought I was there the whole time.
Yeah,
I thought
that
was
movie was sick,
right there, dude. Like, it was just so, just amazingly shot.
The new one?
The new Batman, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nah.
It felt it was a little too long. So, Christopher Nolan's movie, like, it was just perfect, bro. Yeah. I mean, that's like the best one. But this one, like, second best for sure. Yeah. The dark scenes where they're, like, all at night with, like, all the practical lighting, fires. The scene where he's, like, in the Madison Square Garden or whatever. And then he's leading people with the fucking torch and shit through the water. Like, that shit looks fucking sick. Yeah. I fucking love that movie. They were going to make, like, a trilogy, I think.
Damn, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Hey, bro, Batman's tripping, dog. I would have left with Catwoman, bro.
He went on the wrong path.
Bro, he wanted a baddie. He got one, and then he just said, nah.
He's married to the city, bro. He's married to Gotham.
He's married to the streets.
You gotta put that on a t-shirt, bro.
I would have just been like, look, let's just stay here and fuck shit up, baby. Come on, you can do your little bad thing.
She is too, though. She's from the streets too. That's why they can't be
made
together.
for each other. She was trying to be bad still though, so I could see why he was like, nah.
But that's not open. As far as like the universe is gonna open that, like she's gonna come back sometime for another movie.
Oh please!
They said on HBO they're gonna make a Penguin like TV show, like the same universe.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be the Penguin.
The Penguin was
taking over.
Fire. That would be fire.
That fool was bad.
He killed that, bro. I remember watching like the first movie with the Penguin in it, where he's just like a Oompa Loompa looking fool.
Oh, in the 90s one.
Yeah, that shit.
That movie was so trash, bro. All those like 90s movies kind of sucked. I didn't like none of that.
They didn't really age that well.
Yeah, they didn't really execute those ones very well.
Yeah, but
they should have been done.
They're legendary in the sense they're part of the fucking journey of the
whole
story.
It's part of the comic book journey. You can't have the baddest ones without all those flops, you know.
Yeah,
and it was like people used to think that comic book movies were like goofy little, you know, and then I think Christopher Nolan. Well, it was the X-Men ones in the early 2000s kind of changed the game. Yeah, it's like okay, these movies could actually be good movies. Yeah. Then I think it was Christopher Nolan who took it to a whole new level, like Oscar-worthy fucking superhero films.
Yeah, but as far as like my other favorite movies, like all of Quentin Tarantino's films, he's like my number one favorite like director. What I really love about him is he does this thing called world building. So in Django, there's gonna be like a cigarette brand that's people smoke only that cigarette brand, but that cigarette brand is in every single film. So if you really pay attention to his movies, it's all in the same universe. It's all in the same timeline. Like there's even relatives of people from Django in new movies, and like it's just insane that he puts that level of thought into that shit, you know. And that's
crazy.
That really inspires me with my music, because I'm world building myself. I'm creating what I call the Lavish verse, and that's my universe where, you know, I reference certain shit. You know, one of my favorite things to do is reference other songs and moments in a different song, you know what I mean? So, like, there's going to be, like, songs in the future where I reference, like, Cupid from Cupid Got a Chopper, or, like, you know, just different moments, you know what I mean? Creating my own world.
That's part of, like, your lore, you know?
Exactly, lore.
They do that shit all the time with, like, as an artist or, like, I guess.
Eminem is the best at that.
Eminem?
In music, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say Kanye. I'm a big Kanye fan, so I was just gonna say because he always like references old songs or like moments from. Now that we got a full picture with the documentary and shit, you know.
That documentary was awesome.
That documentary was insane.
It was so inspiring. Just a breath of fresh air. I'm not gonna lie, the third episode, it was a little awkward.
The third episode was.
It was a little awkward. But
it's because the first one was such depth. Like it was like so many moments that you never heard of. All these like
so
behind the
natural.
scenes.
Yeah, but you can totally see, like, you know how they say like Kanye ain't the same. Kanye's crazy. Da da da. He's different. Like, you can see why now with that documentary. Like what happened. You know, I feel like it was. You know, I mean, I'm not really one to speak on it because it's not my life. But from the outside perspective, I think that, you know, the loss of his mother. And then him not really being able to, like, grieve and cope with it properly. He was just on the Glow in the Dark tour, going crazy. And then at the top of that, he started really blowing up. Like, and then there's just, like, the media attacking him, doing all this shit. Like, that shit can drive a man crazy, you know? And just the people you're around, certain groups of, you know, women that I'm not going to say. Yeah. We all know who they are. They're fucking, you know, I feel like they're hella toxic and just not healthy to be around all the time. But, you know, that's his family, so whatever, you know, that's his shit. Shout out to Kanye. It's all love.
Yeah, I was going to say that I feel like when you get to that point of success, you know, there's like a, I guess like a sense of like obligation now, you know, where like, you know, I'm sure he felt like he wanted to be with his people and the people that really like loved him and cared for him and you know knew what was best for him. But at the same time, like that level of success, like, you know, you feel obligated to. It's like, you know, I'd rather kick it with my homies, but at the same time, like, this is such a great opportunity, or you know, this person here like got something that's so much more beneficial at this time, like, you know. And I feel like, I don't know, but that's how I feel about it.
He was a little bit of what he is today, though, back then, too. I love seeing him. He's like, oh, I want to do more than music. I'm going to be making a clothing brand. I'm going to be the best dressed rapper.
I'm going to make products.
And then like, he makes a fucking $1 billion like clothing brand like 20 years later.
Yeah, bro.
So those visions, like, that's what you guys have, a vision. You guys have a plan. If you fucking keep grinding, like, you could actually manifest all your shit, and you know that's what the documentary kind of like inspired. If you believe yourself and you're just putting in that work. Marketing.
There's this quote that says, "You gotta lose your mind to find peace of mind." You know.
Facts.
And I feel like there is a part of him now that is who he was back then. Now, you know. And I feel like he's gradually getting to that point again. You know. Yeah,
I feel like we're getting amazing things from Ye in the future.
He just dropped out of Coachella, but that mouse. So, are you guys going to Coachella this year or no? Well, let me why you laugh?
Because
why?
No, because like we're going, but like we're not really going.
What do you mean you're not really going?
We might work at Coachella.
We might just work at
Get
Coachella.
The bag.
Fuck it, you're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if I get the opportunity to go, you know, I'll go for sure. I mean, there's not too many acts on the lineup that I'm like crazy to like about to see, but there's some that I would really enjoy. Honestly, bro, I just wanted to see Kanye, but you know, he's focused on his mental health right now, so I understand why he dropped out. And it would have been fucking crazy to see him bring out Trav.
It would have.
And that could have been a reason why, like, it didn't happen. Like, we don't really know the true reason, you know. Maybe Coachella was like, bro, you can't bring Travis. And then Ye being gay was like, I'm bringing Travis. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So, and then...
Because he felt like they kind of did him dirty.
They did him hella dirty. Because it's like...
He's still going on the lawsuit, but I don't think it was his fault. Like...
I don't think so either, bro.
Some of it, I guess, but... For the most part, you can't see what's going on in the crowd, bro. Like, he's performing, there's lights, he's thinking about the lyrics, he's thinking about the song that he's gonna play. But
like, people don't understand that. Like, when you're in that stage, like, you can't see shit.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
When I was little, I used to do plays and stuff in big stages, and like when those lights are on you like that, you can't see nothing, like, at all. So like, I don't know. There's just certain things you just can't blame. Like, you have to have a sense of understanding when it
Yeah.
comes to
It had to
like,
be the people running the show. They're
Yeah,
in
for
charge of the
sure.
safety,
They're-
For
yeah.
sure.
the security company,
Exactly.
the venue,
For sure.
Live Nation. Who I think it was Live Nation. Who was
And
running the
everybody
event.
trying to talk down on Travis, like, oh, he's up on his podium, fucking like humming and singing while there's like, you know, bodies being carried out. You have to understand, for him, it is fucking normal to see limp looking bodies being carried out because people get dehydrated and pass out in shows all the time.
I've seen it so
You know
many
what I'm
times at
saying?
Coachella, bro. I've
So-
seen so many people pass out.
For him, it's
For
like,
regular artists, bro, like fucking Tyler the Creator.
yeah, exactly, bro. So for him, it's not like, oh shit, like did somebody die? It's like, fuck, all right, someone passed out again. Oh, security's getting him out. All right, cool. Like,
Yeah,
it's
like
being
he can't
taken
see that
care
there's
of.
people being suffocated fucking
Resuscitated on the ground,
200
like, shit,
yards
like,
away,
yeah.
where you just see a sea of people going. You know, he probably thinks they're just dancing or
yeah,
moshing.
I feel like a lot of people other than Travis should be responsible, for sure.
Yeah, bro, and like it's just like they're. It's not like they're in his ear being like, "Oh, hey, bro, there's bodies all over the place. Like people actually died." Like, you know, Travis said in his interview, like he didn't know that. You know, in his interview, he just said that whoever told him was like, "Yo, so like after the next performer, like Drake, like you know, we got to cut the show because there's a lot of, you know, we just have to for like safety reasons." And so, yeah, I just don't believe it was his fault. I think it was just like, you know, a flaw in the organization.
It was
of
definitely
the other.
Yeah, because there was the
things.
one video too where they're telling the cameraman like, "Hey, we're suffocating here."
Yeah,
That's where like the cameraman needs to talk to his producer because everybody got an earpiece, bro. Like all these
Yeah.
camera people, the security guards, they all have communication who's at the top to actually stop the show.
yeah,
And they didn't stop the show. And I think they performed like an extra 20, 30 minutes
yeah.
after they found out some shit was going down. So there's the ones that should have
It's
put the plug. Like Coachella
miscommunication.
does that shit all the time. Like they'll cut people's mics off. Like, hey, we gotta
Yeah.
cut the mics.
Yep.
They turn on the house lights. You know, like that's the type
Yeah.
of shit that they need to be doing.
I saw that video, that girl jumping onto the camera
Yeah.
stage thing. Honestly, like, I mean, you're like having all this adrenaline in the moment and you're not like thinking of shit like this. But if I was her, bro, I would have grabbed that fool's radio. Now what are you gonna do? Like, hey guys, there's people out here dying. Like, this is a fan, and I just took the fucking cameraman's radio, and like, this is what it is. Like, no one's communicating this. I'm telling you right now, I'm not lying. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
You know, so like, you guys need to stop the fucking show. You know. But I know. Anyways, yeah.
It's too crazy, like in that situation, and also like you don't know what's going on besides the area you're at. Because I was watching tweets. I kind of like to snoop around and see what people were saying. So a lot of people were, like, they were posting like, "Man, what a great show," whatever. They didn't even know something happened till the night after.
Yeah.
Because it's 100. I don't know how. I think it was like 50, 60,000 people. So the people in the back were probably like maybe 200 yards away from the stage, probably just having the best time
Yeah,
of their lives,
exactly.
going hard to every song, not knowing that people at the front are getting trampled.
And it's like, I read that a majority of the people that passed away, which, you know, rest in peace and, you know, rest your souls, you know, they were kind of in like one area. It wasn't completely spread out everywhere. It was kind of like one kind
area
of
that
area
really
that
got
got really
suffocated.
compressed, you know. And then there was that weird shit with like people getting injections or something, and then they tried to say that shit didn't actually happen. Someone was going around like injecting
poking
people,
fools and shit.
like some security
That's
guard.
nuts. That's fucking crazy.
People need to chill, bro. People go to concerts and festivals to have fun, man. Don't
That's
fucking do that
nuts.
shit ever anywhere. That's some fuck ass shit right there.
Yeah, don't be fucking poking people. I remember
Right.
when I was a kid, there was rumors about Coachella. People were doing that. Like I remember, I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to." Coachella's like fucking people are walking around naked, fucking poking people, and I had all this misconceptions.
Yeah, yeah.
Until you're actually going, you're like,
And
"What?
it's
This
just-
just fucking dope."
It's all love,
No,
bro.
honestly,
Everyone's
people-
having a good time.
People are always gonna come up with some crazy shit to say. You
Yeah,
know, like it's inevitable.
yeah.
What's the story? Because you posted that you built one of the stages or one of the art
Oh,
structures. You
yeah,
helped. You're part of the crew that
Etheria.
built the Etheria, the like castle
Yeah.
fucking
So,
cathedral looking thing.
Yeah, so I was it's the same thing I'm doing this year, not necessarily for the art department, but it's like for the same company, same staffing company. They ended up having me work in the art department for like the artists there. And so I ended up working with hold on, I want to say his name right. So it was an Italian artist who designed Etheria, which is actually, he did that piece that's right here in Coachella, right there off 6th Street. It's the same exact artist who did that. So his name is Eduardo Tresoldi. And so he's the one that designed them, and I worked with him and his team. They're from Italy. They're really cool people, super fun to work with, bro. They didn't take shit too serious, bro. They're having fun out there. We're fucking goofing off, but look, bro, we got shit done, you know? So
how long does it take to build some shit like that?
Oh, dude, they were out there building that shit like 6 months in advance or something. I barely came on like the 2 weeks leading up, but they told me they have been out there for just months on end working on it, designing it. And so we would, they would build it in tiny sections, and then they would like lift and like put it up to, you know, one piece at a time. Yeah. And then before we would like lift those sections and put them onto it, we would they created this like this spray. I don't even know how the fuck it worked, but it was like water and baking soda or some shit, and we would like spray the whole thing down. It was made out of chicken wire, and when we would spray it, you know, they would put it up. And then since everything was coated in that, at nighttime, when they would light it up, it would be iridescent, and that's how it would glow.
Oh, from that spray. So that's why it glows at night with different lighting and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was so fun to do, bro. And it was just so cool. That was the first time I was ever able to be at Coachella and be behind the scenes and like see everything before the world did. And they were super like, don't film anything, like not the Italian team, but like just like the Golden Voice people, you know, like it was super like, obviously because they don't want to like ruin the surprise
Spoilers
for everybody, of course, you know. And it was so cool too because it was right there, like right kind of like off to the side of the main stage, you know. And I remember one day I was on one of the like a scaffold really tall, and I was just up there chilling, taking a break, and fucking Beyonce was doing her like sound check and like doing rehearsals right there. And it's crazy too because Golden Voice had like this huge perimeter of security guards around the main stage, like a huge ass perimeter, and they were like just making sure nobody got close, nobody started filming. And like I did like a panoramic video of just showing shit. I never posted it. It was just for me, you know. And this security guard ran over to me. He was like, "Hey, you gotta delete that. You can't be filming that shit." And I'm just like, I'm just taking a selfie, bro. Chill, like. And then they started trying to talk shit to the Italians, and then the Italians started like roasting them in fucking Italian, and they got all mad and shit. They just laughed. The Italians just were laughing at him, roasting him in Italian and shit.
Like the laughs in Spanish.
Yeah, exactly.
Roasting in Italian.
And so, yeah.
Were they going like this a lot?
Yeah. That's hilarious. Shit was hilarious, bro. They were so fun to work with. They're just like young guys enjoying themselves. But that was really fun to work on and help build, you know. And
yeah, those architecture shit's dope, bro. Like how they come up with those structures.
Yeah,
it's always some weird shit, and it always looks cool. Like there's been a couple of misses. Like there's some shit that was a little whack, but for the most part, it's like some badass fucking.
Yeah, I think that was the same year that Sofia Enriquez had her shit up there too. She did like the big Paisley structure. You know who I'm talking about?
Like it looked like a puzzle, like upside, like different colors every block, or the block one. Or
no. Sofia Enriquez, she's a local artist as well, and they had her do some shit there too. It was amazing. I'll show you right now.
I never really looked into who actually makes fucking every structure. The only thing I know is that once Coachella's done, they put that shit in like shipping containers, and it's like been sitting in storage.
Yeah.
So the city started buying them to put them around the city.
This is Sophia.
Oh shit, that one's bad. The flowers, yeah.
She's a Coachella Valley local, bro, and it was so sick to see.
Oh, that's sick.
See her, you know, that they allowed her to, you know, do her thing, you know, and she's a local. Like I love it when Coachella shows love to locals, you know. It's just amazing.
I recently had the guy who directed this movie, 20 Years in the Desert. So you're asking me about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did you get that banner, bro? That's so sick.
So that one. Coachella, they were going to release this documentary right before Coachella 2020. Mm-hmm. It was going to come out like 2 weeks before Coachella to build hype for it. It was going to drop on YouTube Premium, so you actually had to pay for it.
Yeah. But didn't they end up putting on Netflix?
No, so then fucking 2020 happened, so Coachella got canceled, and since it was gonna get canceled, they just released it on YouTube. They're like, you know what?
Oh yeah, that's right.
No longer premium, and they did like a little campaign called like #Couchella, like Coachella. That's why there's the poster behind you that has
oh shit, yeah,
like a little couch, because it was Coachella. So they literally just posted like, oh, tweet #Coachella that you're watching the documentary or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I was just tweeting about it because like I make a lot of Coachella videos, and
I seen those. I watch your videos.
Coachella got fucking canceled, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna just tweet through it. And then out of nowhere, I get a DM from the official YouTube Twitter channel or whatever. Yeah, the official Twitter page from YouTube, like 100 million followers or whatever. Just DM me. I was like, what the fuck? Casually. Just YouTube's like, damn YouTube. And then
it's what's up, bro.
YouTube was so done.
That's love. That's real love.
They're like, oh, thank you for tweeting Coachella. Fucking we want to send you a gift. Just like fill in some information. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay. They didn't say what it was, so I just I sent them my address, my email. Yeah. And then like 2 weeks later, I got this care package, and that was the cover for the care package is the thing behind you. Mm-hmm. Just this box, and then it was this blanket. Like some Coachella sweats.
Fuck, bro, exclusive.
Like a bunch of little things. Like
that's hard.
Like 4 little items or whatever. And then this big old blanket that says 20 Years in the Desert, the documentary. And it was just literally from tweeting when I was watching the documentary. And tight, then, so the director for that movie, I was supposed to be in the documentary. At least interviewed for it. I don't know if I was going to make the final cut, but I couldn't get to the interview in 2019 because it was like it was some timing issues. We were supposed to meet up like Friday early, like 10 a.m., but I couldn't get off work till like 1. So he's like, hit me up when you're in the festival. But once you're in the festival, it's like no signal. And I was like, you know what? I mean, whatever.
I hope they fix that.
Yeah.
I feel like they're I think of course they're working on it, you know. They're smart people over there. They every year, like, they fix logistic problems. Every year I see it.
One thing I heard is that they don't want crazy. They actually lower the signal because they up the signal for like the police and the security.
That makes sense.
That's what I heard.
That's more important.
So they are able to communicate in case there's any problems, and the actual the people get that delay or whatever.
Yeah, I mean they're there for the experience, anyways. You know.
Yeah, because you gotta have in case there's crazy people fights or. Yeah. Coachella's pretty chill though. No one really goes crazy. So anyway, so.
I know. I feel like Coachella is like one of the safest like festivals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I think it's one of the world's biggest festival too. I think.
Yeah, it's the most profitable festival. Like it makes the most money.
Yeah,
and it's the most talked about festival. Like there's probably bigger festivals, but no one like Coachella trends like nobody trends like Coachella because it's an influencer festival now.
Pretty much,
the biggest artists have to do their best performance because you're not just performing to like try to be better than everybody on the lineup. You're trying to fucking keep up with like Beyonce and fucking hologram Tupac and Kanye. And
plus, it's an opportunity for you to make a bunch of new fans. You know, sometimes there's people that are watching your set that really just want to watch the next
YouTube live streams
and the live streams, and then like you know, like you can make a hella new fans by just the people that want to see the next act. You know, because they're just there in the front.
Oh, you get there early, yeah, for sure.
So you got to show out, you know, and the live stream. Speaking of that, bro. I couldn't make it to the festival that year, but I was watching the live stream when Tupac came out. That shit gave me goosebumps from across the desert, bro. I felt Tupac's energy through the fucking live stream. I can't imagine what it was like for the people that were there. That shit was just legendary.
That was probably the greatest. I always say that's the greatest Coachella like moment of all time.
I think so, bro.
Because it just the amount of people that were just guests. It was Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg doing their set.
Yeah.
But then you had Kendrick as a guest performer. You had Wiz Khalifa guest performer. Eminem, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
They even had like a Nate Dogg tribute because he had just passed away.
Yeah.
And then they brought out the hologram Tupac, which Dr. Dre invested $10 million of his own money just to pull it through.
Just to make it happen.
And I remember watching it on TV.
It was so amazing, bro.
I was actually there for weekend 1 that year. What I know from like at least the people I was with, everyone was like not even excited. It was more like in shock. Like what the fuck is going on? Like wait, is that like what the fuck am I seeing? Like
I was wondering like, what the reactions of the people in the crowd.
Well, once he started singing, everyone started rapping. But I feel like in the beginning, it was just like people were just kind of shocked. It just felt weird, bro. Like you said, weird energy or something.
Yeah, no, I got goosebumps. I was like, oh shit, like what? Like that's crazy. So honestly, for me, I was at the like the night 1 or 2 nights before that actually happened. I was at one of these casinos, and like some fucking old guy, I don't know who he was or what he does, but that fool ruined the surprise for me, bro. He told me it was gonna happen, and I was like, nah, bro, no way, what the fuck?
There was rumors on Twitter. I remember seeing rumors on Twitter. Oh, they're gonna do a hologram Tupac, but I thought people were just talking shit. Like,
yeah,
they're not gonna do that. I don't know. Like, what does that even mean? Like, it's never really been. It was like the first time that they've ever done a hologram like that. I think they had done like a Michael Jackson one, or I don't know what happened after, but it was like
I think you're right. I think that's the first time they've ever done a hologram type performance ever.
And they really don't do that. That maybe it's too expensive still. Also, it's like, is it disrespectful to the artist? Like, if they're bringing out music to make money, unless you get like a sign off from the family, maybe. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about that? Who do you guys would want to see somebody that's passed away? To see a hologram performance.
No, I would want to see him, but I don't think he would ever condone it. But Kurt Cobain.
Oh, nice.
That would be amazing, bro. That, like, if I could like fucking just sacrifice anything to see a live performer that's passed away, I would probably choose Kurt. It'd be tough though, because like then there's like Biggie, then there's Michael Jackson. Like there's just so many. But I'm just such a big Nirvana fan that I would love to see him in his prime.
Yeah, that would be dope. What about you?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, who would I?
Fuck Jimi Hendrix. That's so hard.
Honestly, that would be crazy.
Prince too.
That would be crazy. I honestly would probably say Jimi Hendrix or Michael, because he was an amazing performer. Like,
I know Michael Jackson would be for me. He's the greatest like performer of all time.
He is, bro.
Like, have you seen those videos where like he's literally just arriving like at a city? He's staying at a hotel, and there's like fucking 20,000 people outside.
Out front. Yeah,
he's not even performing. He's literally just living his life. Like, he was
he's
that
just on
icon.
the balcony, like, hi.
Yeah, bro.
I love you all.
There's little gloves and shit.
No, it's crazy.
Fuck. What a legend.
We were just watching some videos of Michael Jackson the other day.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
It's legendary.
Like, I don't think we'll ever get to that level of fame, because
I don't think nobody.
That's what we were talking about.
It was before social media. That like it's not the shit that we have today, where it's too many celebrities, so no one's really that big, because everyone's got like millions of followers now.
You know what's crazy is he recorded a majority of his albums with this mic.
With that mic?
With this exact
the exact mic?
The SM7B is a legendary microphone people record so many albums with. Yeah,
I just know from the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, no, this microphone is legendary. Like, look it up. Yeah, the Shure SM7B.
Yeah, these mics are fucking fire. I have 2 of them for the podcast. I want to get 4 eventually, but they're expensive as fuck too.
Yeah, I mean, they're legends.
So what's a CP stand for in your hat?
So the CP stands for Caspian Pink. That's our record label and group as artists. And so the Caspian Pink consists of myself, Mike Lavish, Jaelyn, Kid Capone, Spaceboy Uno, Joy Road, and Jonesy.
That's like a record label then?
Yeah, it's our label that we started. And it's also like a music group, in the sense of like when we all get on a track together, it's Caspian Pink. So like we have an artist on like all the streaming platforms. You could look up Caspian Pink. Yeah. So it's like our self-made label that we created.
Yeah, I think that's a smart way, because you're collaborating with others. You know, start being alone, because being alone, it's hard to grow alone. You could do it, I guess, but it's always better when you have a support group and you're all bring something different with each other. You know, you might make different music than the other artists on the label or the group. Yeah. But then you all like bring out the best of each other, or get inspired by some shit they do, some shit you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, bro. Exactly, bro.
It's always good to have like multiple ears, you know.
Mm-hmm. Like it came about. This is how it came about. Like, we would all make music together all the time, you know. And I would just be sitting there like looking around at all the shit that we do, and I'm like, bro, we gotta brand this. Like, this needs to be a thing. Like, we need to create a name and like make this a label type of thing, you know. And that's how it came to be, you know? Like,
Why the name Caspian Pink, or how did that come to be?
oh, that's actually really interesting. It's like so left field, you would never guess. So we were trying to come up with names, you know, and like I was at Brandon's house, Kid Capone, shout out Kid Capone, shout out to the whole Caspian Pink gang. And so he was like, he remembered that tomatoes have insane names, bro. I know, bro. Just bear with me. Just bear with me, bro. Just bear with me, dog. Okay. So tomato strains sound fucking crazy, bro. It'll be like Orange Kissed Sunrise, and that's like a tomato strain name. And they all sound like weed strains, you know. And so he was scrolling through the list, and then he's like, he found one called Caspian Pink, and we were all kind of like, oh, like that's got a ring to it, like I fuck with that. And at the time, like I was kind of really going heavy with like the pink aesthetic. I would add like pink filters to my photos and shit like that, so it just kind of like fit. And so now we're Caspian Pink. Our friend Amanda Holistica Comida on Instagram, shout out Amanda, she's actually growing some Caspian Pink tomatoes right now, so we're finally gonna get to try them.
That's fucking
yeah.
bad.
If you search on, if you look on the hashtag Caspian Pink or search it on Google, it's literally our record label competing with tomatoes.
That's super dope. You have a competition against tomatoes.
Yeah, bro.
I was thinking I like pink. Pink's cool. I will have the pink couch you guys are sitting on.
Yeah, look.
I was thinking of making like an Instagram, call it like the Pink Couch.
The Pink Couch.
Just to release clips of like the podcast and like
be sick.
You guys talking about different shit. I think
that would be fire.
The pink couch. I don't know. There's something about pink. Like
I like pink, bro.
Pink is cool.
People used to think pink was like a girl color. This is some hard shit, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
Everything's kind of blended now. Like there's no.
Yeah,
like purples, or I think purple used to be like a girl color too or some shit, but purple's fucking fire too. It's just colors, bro. You know. You gotta see what you like.
Yeah, man, for real. But like everybody on Caspian Pink is so talented, bro. Like, you know, I mean, we all know about Jaelyn. You know, you guys are discovering me as I start rolling out my projects. Like Kid Capone is a great producer. Right now, he's like focused on his podcast, which it's called Life and Sound Podcast, and he interviews primarily sample makers who make like sample packs, and you know, some of these guys are Grammy nominated for being on Donda and shit like that. Like he's got a lot of great sample makers he's interviewed. So, you know, all my music makers out there who want to like, you know, get inspired, learn some cool techniques by some guys that are really doing it in the game, like check out Life and Sound Podcast on YouTube. Like, so, you know, Brandon does that. He's a sample maker himself. He mix and masters our music sometimes. You know, he's really talented. Then, you know, there's Joy Road. He's an amazing artist, singer, rapper. Spaceboy Uno, same thing, crazy amazing singer, rapper. Spaceboy Uno is like right there with me. Like we're like Renaissance men.
Many hats.
Yeah, like he shot our first music video and edited it, and that shit came out immaculate, you know. And so he's a man of many hats. You know, he produces, he records, he's learning to mix and master. He actually just taught himself how to play guitar.
That's
like
sick.
This fool is crazy, dude. And like Jonesy's amazing too. He's a great artist, and he's a really good producer and engineer as well. And yeah, I think that's the whole squad, right?
Not Joy.
We talked about Joy. Yeah, Joy Road. He's amazing. You know, like, yeah, I love the gang, bro.
That sounds dope, bro. Like you guys have just everybody going crazy. And I've heard of Kid Capone. I never met him, or I probably met him, but I haven't really talked to him.
Yeah,
he's pretty introverted.
Yeah, he's like introvert, extrovert. You know, he's a cool ass guy.
Most people that are artists, they're intro. You know, you create shit, but you want to do like all the behind the scenes type of shit.
Yeah,
I'm like introverted too. I get shy with like people I don't know, or like it's hard for me to like, especially in social settings. If I'm cool with you, like I'm cool, you know, with you. Yeah, but then it's like, oh shit, I'm just like staying in the back, and I'm a little shy myself. But I guess I don't know, it's part of the whole thing. Yeah, but before we wrap up, where could people find your music? Where could people find you on social media? All the good stuff, so people could follow you.
So you can find me on Instagram at Mike Lavish. My Twitter is I am Mike Lavish. I don't think I'm really on any other social medias. Like my YouTube, you can find me. It's Mike Lavish. official artist on YouTube. TikTok is actually Young Lavish, because I made the Mike Lavish TikTok when it was Vine, and I'm locked out of
Musically?
it. Yeah.
Bro, it's hard to get your account back, but something shit happened to me, bro. I made a Musically account. I tried logging back in and I couldn't fucking log in. Yeah, and I tried getting resetting the email and that shit don't work.
I was bummed, bro, because it was at Mike Lavish, and it was just like, fuck, I wanted everything to be perfect. So yeah, it's all, Mike Lavish. Just search Mike Lavish on anything and you'll see me pop up. I'm the one and only Lavish. I'm the one and only, yo. But yeah, I want to just say, before we go, I'm really excited to drop these new projects that I have coming. Road to Hell's Canyon's coming soon. I'm gonna follow that up with Hell's Canyon, and I swear, man, those are some masterpiece albums. I know it sounds like I'm just tooting my own horn, but
nah, I'll speak. I'll speak for him. Nah, I swear to you,
thank you.
At his performance, I sent him a long message, and because he literally brought tears to my eyes, because it's one thing to know somebody, and them create art,
Yeah.
But I've been through life with this person, and
you've been there through all the ups and downs. Honestly, you're my best friend, bro. I'm glad I can say that, dog. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it's a different experience when you experience a person literally going through hell, and then them executing it in such an artistic way. It's so emotional, it's so beautiful. It's like watching Kanye lose his mind and all, but then watching the documentary and you're like, wow, you start to have more empathy, you know what I mean? And that's what's beautiful about it. It's and not even that, it's just he's a true artist, it's
Thank you, bro.
True artist, you know what I mean? Not just a person who makes music. No, I trust him when it comes to detail, when it comes to just what looks good, what feels right, you know what I mean? And that's why this album is gonna be fucking phenomenal, because it's just it's I think the word is sonder. You ever just feel you ever listen to something and you space out because it's just it just feels good.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah.
I gotta say, if it's anything,
thank you for the words.
If it's anything, the way you fucking performed at the fucking performance, bro, that shit's gonna be fire, bro. Because bro, I got footage. I gotta show you after the podcast. I'll show you the footage right now.
Yeah,
it was fucking hard. You went crazy.
Dude, he went nuts,
bro. Just a tiny little
I was
sample
damn,
of
bro,
what's
this
to come.
is looking just murdering. I had never seen you live.
Thank
that
you,
shit
bro.
was dope.
Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, that little performance was just a sneak peek. I played only one song off of Hell's Canyon on that, and that was the Sometimes I Get Lost Too. That song, that song is just so I put my soul in that shit. But yeah, I'm really excited for these projects to drop, man. I'm very excited. I just want to shout out the production credits because they're just amazing. I produced a lot of it myself. Kid Capone is probably the second most producer, most
credits order.
Most credits on there. Oscar Zulu, my favorite fucking sample maker, right there next to Kid Capone. And then Daniel Saint, he produced this one song called Hell on Earth, or what is it called? Hell on Earth.
Yeah, it's Hell on
Hell
Earth.
on Earth. And that a cool fact about the album, the whole thing is I have 0 features on it. I really want to prove that what I can do on my own before I start having features on my albums. But that song Hell on Earth, fun fact, she actually ghost wrote it for me.
Oh shit, nice.
Because it was a certain situation where I was talking about on the album, really toxic situation with the female in the past, and she, being my best friend, she's seen it all, so she's an amazing songwriter herself, so she helped me find the words for it, you know what I mean, and we worked together on it. I wrote the chorus and she wrote the verses, and it's just a beautiful song, and Kid Capone added some sauce to it. It's on an Oscar Zulu sample, and then Daniel Saint brought it to life with his production.
Okay, that's
so sick. It's just amazing. You guys gotta check out Daniel Saint's music. Check out I Am Kid Capone on Instagram. all those guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm so excited for that. And then before I go, I just want to shout out some noteworthy people for you guys to just, you know, pop up on your radar. My boy Ginger Boy Q, he's a model. He's just such a fucking great human being, and he's just so inspiring to me. Like, he's younger than me, but he inspires me so much with just his character and personality, and him just putting himself and being himself on the internet. And he's doing a lot of great things. Like, he was just in a Rosalia music video, you know, and like, she just actually followed him on Instagram, and she fucks with him heavy. That's dope. You know, and I think it would be cool if you had him on a podcast. He's a great person.
I think you mentioned him last time we had a podcast.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
Yeah,
you guys talk about him. Yeah, but we'll get in contact.
Yeah, shout out to Ginger Boy Q, bro. You're my fucking boy, bro. I love you. I want to shout out also this new homie that I just met. His name's Chris. He goes by his artist name is Last Place, like LASTPPLACEE, one word, Last Place. I just met him recently through Stevie Raps. Shout out to Stevie Raps, bro. Stevie is amazing fucking artist, bro. You kill it, my boy. Like, I fucking
say
love
it
you.
all the time, but like, if it wasn't for that dude, like, there wouldn't be a Jaelyn. Like,
yeah, for real.
Like, he gave me like just enough to make me realize, like, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know?
And so I just want to say, like, Last Place, bro, this guy, like, I've only known him for like barely a week, and we're just like, we just have like a connection already. This kid's 17, bro. He's an amazing producer. He's an amazing artist. Like, he just dropped some music, you know, so look him up, Last Place, 2 E's, 2 P's, and I feel like he has a really promising career ahead of him. So I just want to shout out Chris, Last Place, bro. You inspired me, bro, and it's just crazy. But yeah, I feel like there's like 1,000 million people that I can shout out, but I know this podcast is already long. So I just want to say I fucking love all of my fans, all of my friends, all of my supporters, all of my family. Like, it's been a long road going up to this point, and I promise that I'm gonna make you guys all proud, you know, and I just can't wait. And I'm just glad that we're all on this journey together.
Awesome, then. No, I mean,
and shout out to you, Angel, bro. You're fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you had us on this podcast. Shout out to your boy Brian too. He's fucking dope, bro. I love Brian.
And shout out Brian, fucking producer for the podcast that didn't wake up on time. So
it's all right, bro. He works hard, bro. He's probably working hard at night, you know.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming on. And like, again, this is the second time I had you guys on. But whenever you guys want to come on, even if you're not promoting shit, just hey, let's go fucking chop it up. We talk about shoot the shit. Just
bro. Family.
Yeah, I'll probably see you guys at more shows now that we're actually having shows.
I'm gonna be throwing a lot more shows. Like, as I start to roll this music out, I'm gonna throw a bunch of shows.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, just hit me up. I'll pull up to as many as I can, and we'll do some shit, bro. Well, thank you guys, Jaelyn.
Thank you.
Thank you, my boy.